Alright guys, so this is going to be our first video recording. I'm super excited. Hopefully this doesn't go wrong. So we're just going to jump right into it. So today we're going to talk about point of view, hence the title. So think about when you're talking to two friends, right? And they're telling you about the same event. They're going to describe what happened in different ways because the same thing happens when a narrator tells a story. So just like your friends retelling you a story, every narrator will also have a different point of view about what happened. And this brings us to our learning target, which is basically our goal, what we're trying to accomplish. And that is for you to compare, describing the similarities and differences between narrators and their thoughts and feelings about what happens to help me develop a deeper understanding of a story, characters, and events. And I kind of wanted to take a moment to talk about this phrase, deeper understanding, because we worked on the standard RL3 when we're talking about describing characters, events, and settings in depth. We talked about deepening our understanding. And if we want to deepen our understanding of characters and events, well, we want to talk about how does the character talk. We want to reflect on how do they act, because we want to develop ideas about what the character is like. And this is similar to when we're trying to deepen our understanding about events. We want to look at what does the event look like, what does the event sound like, what does it feel like, again, to develop a deeper understanding. And this, basically brings us to our essential question. How does recognizing a narrator's point of view help me develop a deeper understanding of these story characters and events? So before we get really started, I just wanted to remind us of some vocabulary. Shouldn't be by any surprise, but we're just going to review. So first person. So the first person narrator is usually a character in the story. Everything that you know about the story is through their eyes. So hence, we can look at this picture. It's, everything is going on through his perspective. And authors, those who write these stories, usually use the pronouns I, me, my. So this is very different from the third person narrator, which is kind of illustrated by this little drawing. And in these stories, narrators are not in the story. They're kind of on the outside looking in. And the pronouns that are usually used by these authors are he, she, her, him, his, and they. So let's go ahead and put this into practice. Take this away. Hopefully, is this still recording? Yes, it is. Okay, great. So today we're going to read two different passages because, again, we want to compare how two different authors have different points of views, and that helps us develop a deeper understanding about the characters and events. So we have two different stories. One of them is called The Right Whale. The other is The Giant Tortoise. Spoiler alert, this is not the entire story. This is an excerpt. I've only snipped the first few paragraphs. Uh-oh, computer's dying. Computer's dying. Don't die on me. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Okay. We gotta charge it. Lord. Okay. So, sorry about that. Okay. So, we have two passages. So, we're going to use this anchor chart on the right to help us do our comparing and deepening of character understanding. All right, so there are some questions, very important questions that you need to ask yourself as you're reading these stories, and I'm just going to go over them briefly. So the first question is, who is telling the story? Is it a narrator inside or outside the story, and how do you know? So think about that. Next question, which pronouns are used by the narrator to refer to the characters? And with this, we want to focus, and this is in capital because this is very important. Focus on narration and not dialogue. So that's the speech that the characters are having back and forth, and it is usually indicated by what? Quotation marks. And how do you know? And then the last two questions, which are our fourth grade standard, really. How is the point of view in the stories the same? And how is the point of view in the stories different? So you want to be able to take this information that you put up here and compare and contrast down here. All right, so we are going to read passage 1, and it is titled The Right Well. And we're going to fill it in here first. All right, so the sea foam sprayed Ava's face with an ice-cold mist, and she pulled her heavy wool coat tighter as she leaned over the rails, wondering if and when she could see any whales. She had seen a number of large fish scaling the surface of the sea, and at one point, a friendly seal had even peeked his head from the water, but they had yet to see a single whale. "When are the whales going to come out of the water?" she asked her father impatiently. Although her father was only wearing a flannel shirt with a thin scarf, he was not shivering in the cold like Ava was. "This is a 3-hour trip, and we are the only 30 minutes in," he said with a smile. He heard Ava moan as if the thought of another 2.5 hours at sea was torment. "Don't forget that you were the one who wanted to go on this trip anyway." So, let's talk about these first two questions, shall we? So we're going to scroll down, and I'm going to zoom in so you can't see the other side of this anchor chart. And we're only going to focus on the right whale right now, okay? So let's tackle this first question. Who is telling the story? So basically I'm asking, is it a narrator inside or outside of the story? And from reading the text, first glance, we notice that it's a third-person narrator. They are outside of the story because we're getting the perspective of Ava and her father. And we can look at the pronouns used by the narrator to refer to the characters to help strengthen our assumption that it is a third-person narrator. So I pulled a few pieces of evidence, one of them being this phrase or this excerpt from a sentence. It says, "She pulled her heavy wool coat tighter as she leaned over the rails, wondering." So here we have the use of the pronoun she twice in this excerpt. And as we notice that the narrator is using this third-person narration, we can also deepen our understanding about the character Ava. As she's leaning over the rails wondering, we can tell that she's a very anxious character. She's wanting to know something. She's wondering. She's very eager, itching. So think about times when you may be wondering or you're very anxious to know something. Possibly, I don't know, when school will be let back in. You might be wondering or eager or anxious to know something about that. Another piece of evidence that leads us to believe or lets us see illustration of how the character, not the character, but the author is using third-person narration, is this following quote. "Although her father was only wearing a flannel shirt with a thin scarf, he was not shivering in the cold like Ava was." So again, we have the third-person narrator, pronouns, her and he. And at this point, we see a contrast. If we're trying to develop a deeper understanding of the character, we have a contrast between Ava and her father. Her father is wearing a flannel shirt in the cold and a thin scarf versus Ava here where we read she's wearing a wool coat, something really thick, because we could tell that one piece of evidence about the setting is that it's cold. They're in the ocean. We can even look at the picture. They're in the middle of the ocean and it's cold. So here we could tell that possibly her father is more experienced. He's kind of been weathering this type of environment before, so he doesn't see the necessity to wear heavy clothing. So those are just some things that we can assume about the characters so that we can have a deeper understanding. And then lastly, this quote, "He heard Ava moan." So he refers to the father, and of course, we have the character Ava, but she shows some type of action, which is moaning. And again, I think this particular word, through this third-person point of view, leads us to even, I guess, understand that Ava is really itching. She's very anxious about seeing these whales, and it just hasn't happened yet. So she kind of gets in this childlike persona, and she's moaning, whining, wanting to see more, but it hasn't happened yet. Okay? So now we have finished our first text, The Right Wells. Let's go ahead and get on over to passage 2, which is The Giant Tortoise. So again, this is just an excerpt, not the full thing, but let's see what we can gather just from these first few paragraphs. Okay, so the title of the story is The Giant Tortoise, and it reads as follows. Ava held onto the seat in front of her on the bus. A dirt road was full of rocks and tight curves, and the bus shook and rocked constantly. Looking out the window, she only saw trees on either side of the bus, and the forest kept getting denser as they went on. So when something is getting denser, we want to think of it as getting thick. And let's even use the picture to help us imagine this or understand. There are animals on this island that are not found anywhere else on our planet, her father told her. I know, she told him in a bored voice. I read about all of them in school, but the only one I want to see is a giant tortoise. I wonder if they're really as big as scientists claim they are. He chuckled. I would like to see one of those too, Ava. That's one creature that we're likely to miss. They are extremely rare, and the ones that are on this island keep on themselves in the woods and caves. So again, let's look at... I can kind of zoom out so we can see both sides. So again, going back to that first question, who is telling the story? Is the narrator inside or outside of the story? Well, again, we have a third person narrator, and it indicates that he or she is outside of the story because, again, we're getting perspectives from both the father and Ava. And which pronouns are used by the narrator to refer to the characters. Again, we want to focus on the narration and not the dialogue. And just a side note, there's so much dialogue in this story, like here, but we just want to focus only on the narration. Think the text that's outside of the quotation marks. So I got a couple pieces of evidence. One of them reads, looking out the windows, she only saw trees on either side of the bus. So again, we have that third person pronoun, she. And again, it appears in the second quotation. I know, she told him in a bored voice. So we have she here, that third person pronoun. But looking at this piece of evidence, if we want to develop a deeper understanding of our character, we can tell that again, Ava, just similar to in this story, this character Ava, she's again very bored. Again, she's anxious. We could tell with her actions, the events in the stories. She's looking out the window. She's only seeing trees on either side of the bus. Through her dialogue, we see that she's wanting to see more. And she's kind of bored at her current situation, at the current events in the story that's going on in the beginning. And I'm kind of jumping ahead of the gun because I'm already doing some comparison and contrasting, so I apologize. But let's move on down to our questions at the bottom. So how was the point of the view in the stories the same? So both stories are written in third person point of view. Both characters, so we have Ava in passage 1 and Ava in passage 2, are out in the wilderness. One is out in the ocean, the other is out on a dirt road, and they're anxious and impatient. And both of the characters, both Ava's and both stories, are accompanied with their parent, particularly their father, and he, again, is contrasting because he is just the opposite. He's patient, and he's a little bit more experienced because he's constantly trying to tell Ava some noteworthy facts about, their current situation. And when we think about how the stories are different, when we want to contrast, so although both of the characters share the same feelings of anxiety, they are experiencing different events. So in The Right Whale, the character in the beginning wants to see whales and not fish. In The Giant Tortoise, the character is bored by the dirt road and wants to see animals. So even though we only captured just the beginning of the story, we can tell that these events are dissimilar. So what I want to ask you, if you notice any other similarities and differences between both stories. Again, we like to ask ourselves these questions. Who is telling the story? We want to back that up with evidence by using or thinking about what pronouns the narrator is using. And again, we're doing this, we're looking at point of view to help us understand and have a deeper understanding of the characters and events. It's just a tool, a strategy to help us better understand what we're reading so that we can get in touch with these characters and get to know them a little bit better and understand, what they're going through in these stories. So again, if you have any other ideas as to what are some other similarities and differences that you may have noticed that I did not touch on, please email me, text or call me with those explanations, and we will talk about it soon on our team meeting. Thank you.